Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brisbane City Football Club for tonight's women's NPL W clash between Brisbane City Football Club and Eastern Suburbs. Tonight's lineups for Brisbane City: number 7, Anna Tormina; number 6, Charlie Gibson; number 9, Jonty Fisher; number 20, Justine Sewell; number 12, Letitia Foster; number 17, Marley Danger; 16, number 11, Shana Williams; and number 22, Sana Ludwig. For Eastern Suburbs,
sometimes this life can get rough. You get knocked down, but you gotta get up. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear. You can keep going, but I won't stay down. I run this town, ain't backing down. I'm going around. This roof is deep. I'm on my feet. I'm underdog, and I won't be beat. In the fire now, but I won't be burned. I was waiting for this, and now it's my turn. Sweat on my face, blood in my eyes. Been underground, now I aim for the sky. Quit now, you can last longer. All these wounds only making you stronger. Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. But we give it to all until the end, until the end of time. We'll be standing right here until the end of time. Until the end of time. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be standing right here until the end of time. Until the end of time. This is all I know. My eyes on the prize until I die. I'm gonna rise, level up to the skies. Yeah, we here now, we were chosen. All the pain brought us through this moment. Watch everything we work for fall in line. We've been putting our all in.
ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the teams on the field for tonight's NPLW clash between Brisbane City and Eastern Suburbs.
Well, we are back after a couple of weeks of weather-enforced hiatus. The World Game is back underway on the local stage. A very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Imperial Corp Stadium in Newmarket for this Round 7 clash between the last two champions of Queensland. It is Brisbane City hosting East, and we have storylines aplenty as we restart season 2025. Well, both clubs have had a little bit longer than expected to process their Round 4 defeats and will no doubt want to avoid losing too much ground in the title race even at this early stage of the season. For City, it was a rough afternoon as they went down to the QAS, while East fell to Gold Coast Knights down at Carrara. We are all set for a big night of football, a muggy night of football, but we are almost ready to go. So let's very quickly run through the lineups for both sides, starting with Brisbane City. The coach, Dante Stan, has been forced to make a change in goal with Justine Sue replacing the suspended Julia Duffy. Meanwhile, the outfield players, number 2, Hallie Khan; 4, T. Karaluka; 6, Charlie Gibson; 7, Anna Tormena; 8, Tilly Kramer, the newly married Tilly Kramer. Congratulations to her and her new wife. Number 9, Jonty Fisher; 12, Letitia Foster; 15, Sophie Person; 16, Mia Green; and 17, Marley Danger. Meanwhile, for East, the coach, Lachlan Leong, also has been forced into a couple of changes. However, he does have Katie Dale starting in goalkeeper. Number 2 is Ashley Paravicini. Number 3, Holly Clark. Number 5, Katie Muscat will be captaining the side tonight. Number 7, Jess Curran. 8, Maylin Lewis. 9, Chantel Malgary. 10, Kyla Hansen. 11, Lila Utau. And 21, Stella Mazzoni. And 22, Ellie Caspinello. And it's fair to say that absences are the story for tonight's game. For Brisbane City, they are going to be without Anna Hirakawa and Jess Dillon, and the aforementioned goalkeeper Julia Duffy after her red card against the QAS. Meanwhile, East, a couple of big outs for them as well. Hakana Kachenko and Tegan riding the 2 big names. Our referee for tonight's game is Jamie Ewan, and we are all set to go here. And welcome back to football after a couple of weeks off. It is East going from right to left on your screen in their all orange kit. Meanwhile, City in their preferred home strip with the sky blue shirts and white shorts. And Paravicini will take the early strike as it goes just wide, and perhaps an early rangefinder for the East player. New signing from Olympic. I beg your pardon, that is Caspinello with the strike. Person applying the pressure with Fisher making a run through the middle. And that will calmly roll through for Dale, and a smattering of applause in the crowd. Launched down the far side. Ball is won in midfield by Lewis, but quickly taken back by Letitia Foster. Muscat nodding that one on, and it's just a bit of back and forth just on the east side of halfway before Karaluka will bring that one under control, and a chance for City to launch an attack, and a beautiful ball from Karaluka finding Person on the edge of the box. Now she'll look to turn provider, and it's headed away as City go on the attack through Fisher as she tries to work her way around, finding space, and that one can only be turned behind by Clark. And now it's City's turn to enjoy a dominant spell. Strong in the shoulder was Caspinello, but not strong enough. And goes across, and it's nodded away as Karaluka battles with Hansen for possession. One back. Forward into the box, and with no City players making the forward run, it'll roll behind for a goal kick. City once again looking to go forward. Clark struggling to bring that under control, and Tormena has to put the pressure on as Person skips by one beautifully. Watch closely there, and that'll go towards the back post, and just for half a second I thought that might have been drifting in, but instead it'll be deflected behind, well, much to the surprise of Mazzoni. No-nonsense clearance from Maria, she plays that one away, and looks like we have had a late change to the Brisbane City lineup, as it appears as though Callie Cowles is out there in jersey number 3. And just confirming that late change which has just come through. Callie Cowles is in fact starting at centre back, with Hallie Khan dropping to the bench. So as it is the joy of technology, we can get that update on the fly. And Paravicini almost caught out on the ball. Now some space for East to break down this near side. Caspinello with the outside of the foot, finding Uditau. And an air swing there from the former South swinger, and that'll be one for the highlight reel. First to the loose ball. And calmly played by Dale. And beg your pardon, that's not Hanson, that's Lewis, who is struggling to break free of Karaluka's attention. And if you've watched T. Karaluka play, you'll know that the first line in her job description is to make life tough for opposing midfielders, and offering a word of encouragement after that tackle. Paravicini will have to get done with a bit of conviction to get it across the face of goal, doing just that. Again, the City opting to test out that channel in behind Clark and Muscat. Now a rare forward foray for East, and the final decision there will be a corner as Sue offers some encouragement to Cowles. In-swinging delivery for East, with 5 players making a run from the edge of the 18-yard box. Lofted ball just behind the penalty spot. Fisher nods it back across the face of goal, but the bounce works out for the home side, and they're able to launch it back into the East's half, and a touch now for Dale. Space to run. The ball in behind is too far ahead of Caspinello. And Sue will calmly control that one. Will to Mazzoni, and she's finding herself boxed in. Spinello unable to turn on the ball, and he's struggling to get out of their own end, but eventually they go the direct route. It's clipped over for Curran, and she's just able to keep that one in. Closely by Green. She gets the early ball in towards the near post, but can only find the outstretched foot of Cowles. City, the turnover on halfway, and now East will look to break on the counter. No such luck with that one, but still broken for Caspinello. Dale wasting no time playing it back out to Paravicini. And the central defender will launch it long, giving Mazzoni something to chase, and Sue got just to the ball first and was able to play it off the on-rushing opponent. For Fisher, quick 1-2-1 exchange of passes there between the City teammates. Gibson will switch the play over for Green. City's passing is working quite well. Foster with the little touch through, but the idea was there. The execution not quite as tried to play through Tormena. Carolee will get it over to Fisher, and no nonsense clearance in the end. Over the top, Tormena offers a thumbs up with the approval for the idea. Just a bit of back and forth between goalkeeper and defender. Mazzoni now looks to advance forward. Fisher will block that. Can she get on the loose ball? Caspinello first to react. And Gibson was not fouled, and out it goes for the throw-in. Quick run through of the full officiating team. We've already met Jamie Ewan, the referee. He's assisted tonight by Tanisha Heyman-Fuller and Blake Tempest, with Hayden Berkner as the fourth official. Adjudged to a foul. Caspinello, that's a midfield battle that we can expect to roll on for the next quarter of an hour or so. And probably a little bit longer than that, actually, but it goes for another throw-in. Muscat wearing the armband in the absence of Hakana Kachenko. Eddie Muscat scored 2 goals last season. And came in the space of 4 days. Would you love to open the account a little bit quicker than August this time around? Green with what turns out to be a perfect pass for Fisher, who looks to square it but can't get enough pressure on it, but it's spilled at the back and it's just sent wide. Tormena with a phenomenal chance on the quarter of an hour mark. And it was all unlocked by that pass from Mia Green. And a bit of a miscommunication at the back between Dale and Clark. And Tormena just couldn't direct that one goalwards. In defence of Tormena, there was a few orange jerseys to deal with in front. And so the first real chance for Brisbane City. Tau going for a run. Gibson holding position strong. Let's just run through where things stand with 4 completed match weeks in the NPL women's competition for 2025. It's fair to say neither of these sides will be overly pleased with how things have gone so far, although there is still a very, very long way to go for both these sides. 23 league matches, including tonight, still to be played. For Brisbane City, they're currently in 8th place with 1 win and 3 defeats. Goal scoring has been the real issue for them so far, with just 3 scored. While East's a little bit better off. They are in a logjam with Lions and North Lakes on 7 points. They've scored 10 goals as both sides have conceded 7. As we've got Marbury down in the box. She's back on her feet now, though. Need to get in the way of another attack, and after copping it in the face off that first deflection, she's now down again after showing no regard for her own well-being, making sure she blocked that one coming through. And from what I can see on my screen, she's shaking it off. You never want to be blasé when it comes to head injuries, but you know how tough Marguerite can be. Both in her own right and for opposing attackers. And there she is again, copping a full-blooded collision from Tormena, who is very quick to raise her hand in apology, as it didn't look like there was anything overly malicious in that coming together. Just a genuine challenge. So that is how these teams are positioned so far, and they are chasing the 2 early pace setters in this competition. Both Souths and Gold Coast United, 3 wins and 1 defeat apiece. And it's fair to say that no matter how much time you spent putting together your NPL predictions, as always, by this time of year you can go, well, missed on a couple of those, but it's part of the fun of this league. Fisher now trying to create some space, and it was blocked away by Mazzoni. Cowles with time to measure the pass, and a little too measured as that one sailed over the head of everyone in blue. And Dale, under no pressure, is able to pass it to Clark, finding Muscat. And now that City press trying to pin them in on the sideline. East's able to escape horizontally at least, if not vertically. Dale, the shorter than expected clearance, which finds its way to Danger, who's watched closely by Malgary, and well, Danger was adamant there was a foul there, and you can see why she was arguing that. And Fisher, the question for Heyman Fuller on the near side. Tormena plays it behind and will be retrieved by Dale. Something that has been pointed out by a couple of viewers. I should say how good the surface looks at Imperial Corp Stadium tonight. Chatting to Brisbane City about the recovery efforts, as we would have all seen the footage of this venue less than 2 weeks ago. It's impossible to single out anyone in particular, but there were over 100 people down at the club in the days following the flooding, and it all helped clean things up very, very quickly. And it's been the common theme with some of the other clubs that went underwater as well. Wynnum Wolves, Capalaba are two that spring to mind, and it's good to see the football community helping out where needed. Considered the fact that we've only lost 2 match weeks is pretty impressive. I agree. Capitalise on that deflection, but Kramer alert to the danger. One cannot be kept in by Curran. After that pinball action on the halfway line, East will start things with a throw-in. Which may or may not have actually gone in, but take 2 for the throw-in from Muscat. Switches on, finding Mazzoni. Rutau will go for the byline, but Gibson holding strong in the challenge. Danger. Alert to the threat. Here goes Foster, finding Tormena. Touches a little bit heavy. Karaluka switches to the far side. Person trying to chase it down, but Muscat is there to calmly deal with it. And foul is called. Anchor will just overhit that one. City's pressure to pay dividends if it's threatening to, until the slice from Tormena. The City number 7 making the move from Olympic last season, 26 games in all competitions, 7 goals. Those were pretty spectacular long-range efforts. Once again, just wasteful in possession. And Sue is telling her teammates to calm down as both the ball and Hansen were bearing down on her. Forward for City to lose possession, but once again the industrious work of Karaluka in midfield keeps City on the front foot here. Trying to turn through Paravicini, and he's able to withstand the pressure. Gibson winning the ball back, and did she ask just a bit too much of Tormena, who was flagged offside anyway. We can see Tormena. Oh, that was close. Although Clark, who would have been the player keeping her on side, is quite adamant from the outset that she'd gotten her defensive lineup right, and based on what we've seen from Clark, I think it's a reasonable assumption to think that she will get that right. 26 games last season in all comps for Holly Clark, and a postseason honour as well. Oh, that's a beautiful ball through for Uditau, and the angle is closed down, and she dawdled on the shot, and a beautiful challenge by Gibson to deny East the scoring opportunity. And smart play by Hansen to play it through, and Uditau waited just that little bit too long to get the shot away. Goes to corner, and it's right on Sue, and the reaction tells you all you need to know from that one. Go to the replay as Paravicini, the rather significant height advantage, and rueful reaction that she just couldn't direct that one goalwards. Might be something the East coaching staff are just taking a couple of notes of. say, with the way the first half an hour has unfolded, this game might just be decided by 1 or 2 chances. Possibly the only 1 or 2 chances that these sides may create as the match rolls on. Got a stoppage now for something. I'll actually tell you what is going on as it's off the screen here. However, a reasonable deduction would be that it's injury enforced timeout. Whatever it was not enough to delay the game by a full minute, so the City players that have come over for some water have been quickly forced back into play. Again, long ball in behind, and Clark once again is up to the challenge, as is Karaluka. Tries to drive that ball through to the offside Tormena. Person. And Dale, again, not getting enough power on the clearance, and Tormena was a long way offside. Danger. He's down by a trio of East players. A loose pass. This is dangerous if Person can shrug off Muscat as she has. Clark over in cover. Person will go herself and tipped over the bar by Dale. What a save from the East shot stopper, as that could very easily have gone badly wrong for East, as Person just could not get enough power on that one, and I can see the applause from City coaches who are watching on from behind the goal to the west, I believe. Either way, it's now a corner for the home side. Plenty of bodies around Katie Dale. There it goes, not dealt with. Person on the second attempt, denied again by Dale, but nothing can be done about the follow-up, and it's Callie Cowles who's able to nod it home. And it was chaos in the box, and Dale did well to stop the first one, but just couldn't get there in time for the follow-up, and we finally have our breakthrough 34 minutes into the game. And those 3 Brisbane City shots on target have all come in the last 90 seconds.
That's goal to Brisbane City. Brisbane City 1, Eastern Suburbs 0.
Beautiful work by Tau with the feint to let the ball roll through.
Scorer was Callie Cowles.
Owls scored 1 goal in her time at Mitchelton last season. That was on the 20th of August against the QAS. So she's off and running in 2025, and the calendar hasn't hit April yet. I should say the endeavours of Sophie Person led to that opportunity, first with the shot to create the corner and forcing a second spectacular save out of Dale. Nodded through, and she could be called on again, Dale, as she goes cannonballing into the leg of Tormainer, and that was more of a precautionary check-in from Mr. Ewan. Over the sideline. This is the first game of round 7. 5 and 6 will be caught up at a later date. A busy day coming up tomorrow with the remaining matches in round 7. We've got Gold Coast Knights and Sunshine Coast Wanderers. And then, actually, I beg your pardon, it's a triple header on Sunday. Fisher is encouraged to take on her marker, but is there to get on the end of that cross. So just confirming the full round 7 schedule. Got Knights Wanderers tomorrow at 5, then Sunday QAS Mitchelton at 3 o'clock, Souths Gold Coast United at 3 o'clock, and then Lions North Lakes at 5. Very fascinating clashes coming your way on FQTV in the NPL Women. On the men's side, we've also got some games coming up this weekend as well. And of course, there's only one place to catch that. Fishes across can only find Musket. Karaluka alert to the danger, getting it to Person, and oh, that was so close to a second. Dale at full stretch. I don't know if she would have got to it if Person had have bent that one a little bit more, but East, again, struggling to get out of their own end. Of course, it would be fitting if Person did score against the club where she's spent the last couple of years. 11 goals for them last season. Two of which came against Brisbane City. Scoring 1 goal here. A wild 3-3 draw. And then also scoring a penalty in the 3-0 win back in round 22. Marbury leaping over the top of Foster to nod that one over the sideline. So in terms of the head-to-head between these clubs, there's not a lot in terms of history on the women's side. Just the 4 matches, 3 wins for East. And 1 draw. Person is actually the equal leading scorer in this fixture, tied with Tully Heatley and Jess Curran. So she will be hoping to be the first player to score for both clubs. Karaluka again, just happy to Try and make the pass. And Easts do get the throw in thanks to the clever little back heel from Hansen. Spent the summer playing futsal. And the fast footwork is paying dividends in the 11-a-side game. Turnover Mazzoni trying to play in Hansen, and she gets sandwiched between Green and Cowles, who are going to have their hands full even in a 2-on-1 against Kyla Hansen, but thus far they have done the job with aplomb. Kramer playing it first time over the top for Tormainer, but tracking back well once again, Holly Clark. They keep asking her questions and she keeps coming up with the answers. Super Swede person with the cross to the spot, and the looping header from Fisher goes wide of the goal. City, based on the balance of play in this first half, you'd have to say good value for their 1-0 lead, although you do wonder if they're thinking it could be 2 or 3 up. It's really struggling to create any sort of clear-cut chances. Malgary takes that one away from danger and pass. Not sure who exactly that was intended for, possibly Mazzoni. So he's playing in a more advanced role for the time being, and off the heels of Foster, took enough off the ball. With the hit and hope, but again Green in position ahead of Hansen. Well, that was a hefty nudge from Green, who taken on an uncompromising central defensive role here at City. Having made the move from the QAS for the 2024 season. And that set piece can't get past the first City defender. Almost like it was magnetised to the right hand of Justine Sue. It's calmly claimed. Tick down in the final seconds of normal time here in the first half. for stoppage time to play out, although City might want to try and extend their advantage before we go into the sheds. Wherever it is you go during the halftime break. That was read by Curran, who tracked back, but again the turnover from East will be the end of the first half. So they're able to escape without too much damage done. Score is Brisbane City 1, East 0. Cali Cow's 34th minute goal is all that separates these sides. We're going to step away for a few minutes and be back after these messages.
And the pizza area are also open for refreshments and dinner, so make your way along down there.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family, and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave, we had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard, we were all over each other. We drove lights off so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves, they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school. When I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School, one of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yashin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock, and I broke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I started the course, obviously, that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, the biggest thing is we have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there. We need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing, and it changed my life. I really enjoy it, and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I had my friends, Nat and others who were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day refereeing on this pitch? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, maybe.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard, and I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years, and then after that, I won the Referee of the Year in Darling Downs, and I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final, and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me, and obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust. And I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunity that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have. And I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard. You have to work hard for it. Don't give up no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself. Take opportunities and do it, because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it. I know I can do it. I know others can do it as well.
How do I finish this time?
One straight off.
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
City Football Club, and Eastern Suburbs. Current score is 1 to Brisbane City, 0 to Eastern Suburbs.
And the second half is underway from Imperial Corp Stadium. It is round 7 of the NPL Queensland competition. Brisbane City 1-0 up over Easts. James Coughlin here in the commentary booth, bringing you all the action on FQTV as football gets back on the local stage after a couple of weeks off. And it is Callie Cowles whose goal makes a difference. Ball has stayed in, much to the advantage of City. At least it was to the advantage of City until it was turned over. And I can see we've got a halftime change for the visitors. Georgie Amos has come on for her third appearance of the season. Just have to confirm who for, and actually I can also see Alyssa Borodin on in jersey 18. So a double change made by the Eastern Suburbs coaching staff. And a yellow card has been shown to one of the players. He's nodded away by Mazzoni. Person putting the pressure on, but Dowell was largely uncontested for the ball. Pass behind Alyssa Boroden. She's on for her second appearance of the season. Played 9 games for the QAS. I have a feeling that yellow card was shown to Green. For City. She appeared to be the one debating with the fourth official. It's pending final confirmation. Back post, free header, and the advantage is doubled, and of course it's Callie Cowles again. No one was near her, and that was as clean a header as you'll get. Beautiful delivery, and there was no one near the centre back.
Goal to Brisbane City, second goal for the night, Callie Cowles. Brisbane City 2, Eastern Suburbs.
Well, there you go. Cowles is certainly making a mark here at Imperial Corp Stadium. And now she's on defensive duties, trying to contain Hanson, as she did just that. Confirmation that the yellow card was in fact shown to Mia Green. And Amos is crowded out in midfield. Karaluka winning the ball. Fisher is able to control the awkward bounce. What can East conjure up in response as Boroden chases it down, but always in the better position. And Dale just exchanging passes with Tormena for company. Only looking for an option up the line. Some fast footwork. It's ball back for East, but Cowles stepping out of the line and intercepting that pass. Now it's with the other number 3, Holly Clark, who was very busy in the first half. Genie getting by a couple of City players and offloading it. And the only ball into the box, and it's deflected down. And Kramer is able to see off a couple of challenges, and now she's going for a run. Teeing up Person, who will play it forward for Tormena, who had strayed offside. It's a good thing Sophie Person isn't wearing an Arsenal jersey. That would have been a clear yellow card otherwise. Before anyone goes into the comment section, yes, I am a bitter Arsenal fan. Cowles. Heavy touch by Mazzoni, and it could break now for City as Fisher moving in field, trying to play the inch perfect through ball, and is right there for Dale. It's been a case of running uphill the headwind for Kyla Hansen tonight. Searching for an option, and it's not there, and Tormena cut out the passing lanes. Carol Luca there to pounce on the loose ball as she just couldn't get on the same page as Tormena or Person. Now she drives to the edge of the 18-yard box, and the miss-hit pass will on to the side netting for a goal kick for Chloe Dale. Oh, Katie Dale, I beg your pardon. East conjure up a response against the champions. Premiers and champions, to be fair. Remember City's dominant win of the premiership, and then dramatic grand final at Suncorp Stadium last September. More than a bit of change for City since then. So I believe the head coach is, and also with the leading goal scorer, with Steph Latham now playing in the FQPL with Caboolture. I think most are expecting Latham to challenge her tally from City's FQPL campaign, where she netted the half century. Put it on right person. no better options presenting themselves. Person is happy to earn the throw-in for her side. Kramer now will quickly with teammate working the options with the cross to the back post. It's headed back, and Tormena was going for the acrobatic strike. Danger on the follow-up. Muscat actually clears it away, but again, every time East try to play it out of their end, it is City regaining possession. Now Kramer putting on the afterburners, but Muscat just has the engine to win that race. City looking to press high. Karaluka again. I've lost count of the number of times Karaluka's intercepted one of those passes, and again he's forced to rush their clearances, and again City get the ball back. Person who will get that credited as a shot on target. And the pass will go to Sue. Changes from City yet, although that could be changing soon. And a tired looking pass from Person. And the cheap turnover from East as they lose the ball again. Just hasn't been their night. The visitors. Missing of key players, but City would say they could. They've got a couple of key absences to deal with as well, as Karaluka thought about the shot, passes it up to pass to Person, who'll put the cross in for Fisher, who had straight offside. Is energy sapping weather at the moment. If you're watching from outside southeast Queensland, it is, well, the temperature's at least dropped a few degrees from when the season started, but it is still very, very muggy. Official weather report, 24.7 with 85% humidity, so it feels like it's 28.3 degrees. Sun might be down, but still very heavy conditions, and Dale gets that one away, and there'll be no relief for East as that throw-in is taken quickly, and the home side will look to press their advantage. urged on by the crowd. City, can they find a way to add a third? Well, Green pulled out the driver when a 5-iron might have been a bit more appropriate. And I think every amateur golfer in the audience is watching and saying, well, it's still hit a lot better than my driver. Foul committed by Untitled. Cowles perhaps fancying the audacious attempt to complete the hat-trick. Will miscommunication at the back. Still there for Green, and it is a corner for City. Well worked by Mia Green. I wonder where this corner could be going if Cowles might try and do everything she can to get on the end of it. A lot of bodies in the 6-yard box as delivery goes near post. Taken away by Untitled. Hansen watched closely by Karaluka and clipped right into the back of Amos. Well, doesn't that sum up the night for East? Gibson over the top. Tormena, has she stayed on side? She tried. And some changes coming now.
Substitutions for Brisbane City. Number 24, Amy Cook. Coming on for Letitia Foster. And number 18, Chloe Murray, on for number 7, Anna Tormina.
Thanks to the ground announcer for the clarification. So Tormena and Foster withdrawn. Amy Cook and Chloe Murray on for City. So calm and composed, as you would expect. And here is the East's change. It's Charlie Phillips on in number 6. Three changes in that window, 2 for City. Oh, that is a thumping collision. Borrowed in. Looks like the person is struggling a little bit with perhaps cramp. As mentioned before, it is draining weather this evening. Crowd almost in unison calls for the handball on Borrowden. However, the throw-in will be enough, apparently. Because she's still full of running. Cook. Challenged by Malgary is 50-54 possession in that midfield before it's launched away. Phillips trying to play it around her opposite number 6 Gibson, as both raise her arm asking for the decision, and it is a goal kick. Based on the respective energy levels, you feel like City are going to finish this game the stronger of the two. They look like they've just got that little bit more running in their legs. And Muscat sliding in front to pick up the ball, and did come at the cost of a throw-in. His pass was unable to be kept in. Just not finding its intended target. Cowles. Interception and a punching connection between Amos and Karaluka. Pressure on Paravicini is... It could break now as Fisher tries to make it 3, and she does. The press pays off, and City have their third. Jonty Fisher scores her second goal of the new season, and that is surely all 3 points for Brisbane City.
Eastern Suburbs 0.
Boy, is it
Jonty Fisher.
3 points that City desperately needed to get their season on track, and perhaps making a statement to the rest of the competition. They are ready to challenge. Meanwhile for East, that was 50 challenge from Kramer, just dragging Amos down, and we've got a City player down on the far side. I believe that's Gibson. And we just missed the entering back play, as you can also see a few players taking some water on board and stretching out. Some of these clubs have had to get a bit creative with their training over the last couple of weeks with limited access to facilities. Is that going to be a change for the home side? That's Shayla Williams coming on. 4th appearance of the new season for Shayla Williams.
Substitutions for Brisbane City.
Testing delivery, but it's dealt with well by City. Could be coming back once again. That may...
Shayla Williams coming off the field.
Oh, Williams could be on here with almost her first touch as that pass was just under hit. She was trying to pick out the on-rushing person.
Replacing number 9, Jonty Fisher.
I just have to double check that announcement. As Dale, distribution hasn't been the best tonight. She has had a couple of very strong saves to keep this score where it is, and actually just confirming that change was in fact for Charlie Gibson, and Jonty Fisher has dropped back to right back for City, and then she's trying to block that cross and will sail into the hands of Sue. And Clark will send that one back to Dale. And the City midfield has just been ruthless tonight. Every loose ball in that area of the pitch they have just pounced on. Cook on their way through. There's Williams. It's it back to Cook. She can't pick out Murray with that pass. Can Ace at least conjure up a consolation goal. Possibly something to just make City a little bit nervous. Footwork from Paravicini. Finding Caspinello. No way around Cowles though. Coming from Fisher is City now look to close this out in an efficient manner as Clark is pressured by her former teammate. See a couple of people enjoying the famous gourmet pizzas at Brisbane City as well. In fact, I have a feeling that might actually be Steph Latham. Watching her former teammates. Flip forward for Cook. Has no way through Paravicini. So what does the final 12.5 minutes have on offer for us? Well, let's see if East can find a way to trouble Sue, who looks like she's on her way to a winning start in her Brisbane City career. Spent 2024 splitting time between Olympic and Mitchelton. Williams winning the ball back, trying to play the cross in for Person, and desperation clearance is only as far as danger. And the appeals for, at the very least, a free kick, if not a penalty, are waved away. Williams has been full of energy since coming on. With the touch to try and send Caspinello on the run. Hanson will get the free kick off Kramer, who optimistically hoped for the throw-in to be awarded her way. While the rushed delivery back into play results in a goal kick.
Substitutions for Brisbane City. Number 22, Tiana Ludwig, replacing number 15, Sophie Pearson.
And that sub feels like it might have been coming for a while, with Person fatiguing a bit, and a chance to give Tiana Ludwig her season debut for Brisbane City after making 6 appearances for the QAS last year. And a change for Sydney as well.
Substitutions for Eastern Suburbs. Number 13, Naya Marsden, coming on for number 18, Alyssa Bryden.
And an introduction now for Naya Marsden. Come back for the free kick. Amos with the curling delivery just over the head of Paravicini. Marsden trying to find a way through, but with two City players for company, that is a very big ask, and a too big ask in the end. And that is how City have built their platform for success tonight. And that is much compounding the frustrations for the evening for the visitors. Mazzoni drives into the box, but runs into the Canadian wall of Cowles, who is now also down. And it looks like it might be a case of cramp, which, well, in so many ways you can say it, is rather understandable given the weather. The trainers have come on. So while they do that, let's talk about what's coming up for both of these sides. Starting with Brisbane City. They have a Classico clash at Luxury Paint Stadium against Lions next Saturday night. And then the following Saturday, the 5th of April, they've got the Round 5 rescheduled game here at Imperial Corp Stadium against Sunshine Coast Wanderers. And then on the 12th of April, they're hosting Gold Coast United. Meanwhile, for Easts, they are back at home next week against the QAS in a game that might just be a little bit tougher than perhaps originally forecast, with QAS looking like a very stubborn and competitive side this year. And then their rescheduled Round 5 clash will be at home against Mitchelton, and then on Friday the 11th of April, round 9, they are heading up the coast to take on Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Cowles will just work out.
Substitutions for Eastern Suburbs, number 15, Lily Rose Inch, replacing. Number 22, Ali Castanoi.
There you go. There is the final substitution window used by Easts. And Lily Rose Inch's first involvement is a handball, and it was a pretty decent strike from Malgary. Unfortunately, it will be just for the cameras. I have a feeling the night is over for Callie Cowles as well. She is walking around. So the full schedule for next weekend in NPL Women's. So Friday night, Sunshine Coast Wanderers hosting Souths. That's at 7:30 p.m. Then it is Super Saturday, starting with Gold Coast United and North Lakes at 4 p.m. Then it is a Classico doubleheader at Luxury Paint Stadium. We bring you those as feature matches on FQTV. Mitchelton Gold Coast Knights kicking off at 6 p.m. and East QAS at 7. And for East, they'll be hoping this was just a less than ideal day at the office, which happens to the best of us. Hanson, space to deliver and testing ball in. Oh, that was a on lunge from Amos, and also I did see Callie Cowles walking off before the scorer of a brace tonight, and I have a sneaking suspicion she has not been replaced because City have used their 3 substitution windows, which means it looks like Amy Cook might be filling in at central defence for the time being. Stand to be corrected on that, of course. Anyway, City, well, it's not Cook playing defence. Pardon? It's Chloe Murray. Joys of remote commentary sometimes. Paravicini will let that one roll out for the throw-in. Here's Amos. And first time ball through, and the offside flag went up against Marsden as that almost exactly what East were hoping for that move. Oh, the makeshift City back 4 held their line well. Musket to see off that challenge of Carol Luca, and Hanson cannot keep that one in. We'll have a few more minutes of injury time to be played with a number of stoppages in the second half. Forward for Phillips. Exchanging passes, but that exchange is interrupted. Hanson trying to get around Green, but defender holds up well as she continues to work towards a points victory in that battle. Zoni over for Inch as a substitute looks to make an impact, and Ball through, cannot find its intended target, but better late than never. East starting to press a little bit higher. Might have come off second best out of that challenge, and Muscat just picked up a knock as well as she just tries to run that off. Muscat driving forward again, finding potentially the byline, or is that weighted just enough to stay in? So Kramer does have to play at it. A touch for Karaluka. Well, there it is. 3 points for Brisbane City. Callie Cowles with the brace either side of half-time. Jonty Fisher with the insurance 20 minutes from full-time. And it is a statement win from the reigning premiers and champions. A dominant performance against East. Some early bragging rights in what is sure to be a competitive rivalry over the next few months. It is good to have the NPL back. Thank you very much for your company on this Friday night. I'm James Coughlin. This has been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Good night.